guys, it's Tiff back again. You know how I love a good recycle project. So what we're going to be doing today is more postcards. And I'm also going to be talking about a giveaway. And I'm going to be showing you how I package the postcards with clear material to be able to ship them without having to worry about damage. So right now what I did is just cut the cereal box apart. I'm putting some collage material like I do 99.9% of all projects, and then I'm also adding washi tape because remember, one of my things at the beginning of the year was use what you have and use your supplies. So I'm taking just some little bits and bobs and giblets of I make up words as I go along in these videos. So I'm taking just a few of my jelly prints that I had sitting on my work surface here, and I'm just gluing those down with a Yoo-hoo glue stick. Any adhesive would do. That's just the one I prefer because I live down here at the beach and it is hot and humid more than 50% of the time. So that glue stick seems to work with our humidity. So here I am playing around with the little usually I cut this little nutritional thing off on the side of it, the little flap. But today I really am trying to figure out what I could do with that. So I kind of leave it on there and you'll see as the project goes. And here I'm just using some vintage papers. I got these in some Happy Mail. I love if you ever send me Happy Mail, I do love vintage old handwritten goodies. So and here again using a little bit of a different washi tape than before, but the same process, and I work very quickly. So not a whole lot of thinking going on here. Not a little shaking going on. I'm just doing it. So stop thinking and just put something down. So that's what I'm doing. And just tearing, like I say, some more jelly prints and just putting it down and kind of moving through the process. I work on multiple pieces at a time. So, and I have this sped up pretty quick because, I mean, all of my videos pretty much start with the same type of collage and stuff. So, I didn't think it was necessary to go through that. And here we're going in with some matte medium. So, the important in a catalyst tool, but you could do whatever you wanted to. A credit card would work. And the reason I'm doing that is that matte medium is a clear acrylic paint, really. So it's to coat and protect the other layers like the washi tape and the paper from absorbing all of that stuff we're going to do to it later. So instead of it being absorbed in, it's going to kind of sit on top and dry. It's no longer a porous. And so here I'm going in with my brayer and some gesso, and I put a little scribbles in there as well. So I'm doing both of these, working simultaneously on both of these backgrounds. Because in here I am still thinking about what do I want to do with that flap. And so I decide to do a little notebook paper on that. And just gluing it, not notebook paper, excuse me, text paper out of a book. And so I glue that down with my stick as well. And then I'm going to complete the rest of that there. I'm still not exactly sure what I want to do, but I know I want to use it somehow. So just trimming that excess paper away. So that it doesn't get in your way. And then making sure it's all nice and glued down. And I decided I probably should go back with a little bit of gesso just to make it kind of blend in a little bit better. Now I'm breaking out my jelly plate. And no, I do not clean my jelly plate. Can you tell? It is well loved. I'm just going in with a little bit of craft paint here, and with a little bit of white. I really put down too much paper, and I'm cleaning it off on that cereal box too. So just using all the paint there. And so I decided, because I really am not necessarily, that is needlepoint canvas, I think is what it's called. And I really don't necessarily want it to be a heavy coating of paint. So I'm going to pick up and clean off and get a ghost print, is what we call it, that second print, to go onto the cereal box. So it's just lightly. And if you want more detailed explanation of jelly printing, I will actually link into the iCard up above the screen here, where you can click on it. You can go and watch the whole process, because I didn't want this video to be too long, so I hit the highlights, and you can watch in more detail if you need more information about that. And here I'm going to do the same thing with a stencil. Just getting some good inky papers that I'll use in another page or so. And then all I'm wanting is that residual effect off of the jelly plate. And based on how much paint you have, depends on how heavy that you want to rub whenever you're rubbing it. So, and here I get pretty, I'm pressing down pretty good, because I've already cleaned up a lot of that paint. And I'm going in with some of the lime green and white now. And if you notice, all of these colors are in a similar color family, so you don't really have to wait for each layer to dry, because they would blend well. Like, it's not going to make mud or anything. So now if I put a purple down here or red, then there's a good chance I might have gotten mud. 99% of the time I would have gotten mud had I did that. So in the art retreat, we talked about what makes mud. So as long as you stay in the same color family, then you don't have to worry about it. And then you don't have to worry about it if you let it dry, of course. And I'm putting the jelly plate away, and now I'm going into a different color family, and I'm going in with the most beautiful hot pink color by Deco Arts. And it wasn't completely dry, so there was a little color mixing and a little bit of mud being made there. Excuse me, my dogs are barking. But I'm dry brushing with my Dinah Wakely brushes, which are really good for dry brushing there. And then I'm going to go in with the other one with white and lime, the lime green color. And just kind of toning that down. Not with a dry brush, you're not really covering up. You're just more so pushing things to the background. And I'm using the same colors that I had already used, just to kind of make it blend in better. And then I dried that, and I'm going in with a pencil now for some scribbles and stuff. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Archival Ink and the craft foam. I think I got this on clearance at Michael's, but it just makes some very faint little black lines. Almost makes it look like material. And so I'm using that. I'm trying to show you here. I slow it down just a little bit so you can kind of see what kind of texture it does. And then checking to see if it's dry or not. And then I'm still contemplating. You see me playing with that flap. Not really sure exactly what I'm going to do. And still not sure. Well, off camera, I ended up cutting the cereal box up and then trimming it down and sewing it there, as you can see, with the zigzag stitch. And now I'm going to go with a nail file and just rough up the edge there just a little bit to kind of smooth it out and trim around that. So real quick, before it gets too late in the video, I want to thank you all. I have 3,000 subscribers now, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. I want to do a little Happy Mail giveaway. So in this video, at the very bottom in the comment section, number one, make sure you're subscribed and give me thumbs up, and then leave a comment below. Share this with your friends. If you Twitter, share on Instagram, let your friends know about my channel. It really means a lot. Whenever we ask you as YouTubers to subscribe and to comment, that just makes us come up faster in the search. So that's why we asked that question, in case you didn't know. Someone asked me that. So here, this feather video that I'm working on, the feathers that I'm working on, I have a video. If you haven't watched it, I will link it in the iCat above, and it tells you exactly the process which I went through to make those feathers. So I just added the string to both of them just for some additional texture there. And then I'm going to use some heavy gel medium. You could probably use something else, but before I did, I felt like it needed a little bit more texture with that craft foam, and so I'm going back and adding that. And then I'm going around it with the ink. I think that whenever you ink your edges, I don't know, to me it just makes it more finished product, so I like to do that. And then I'm going to use that gel medium, and I'm going to glue down those feathers. And I'm gluing down where the string is as well, at the bottom there. So yeah, I'm going to give away 3 postcards or Happy Mails little packages. It's going to have some really good stuff in it, because I love you guys and I appreciate all your feedback and all of the love that you've given me. I've had a rough go here for the past year, but I'm thankful, and I really appreciate each one of you. And then so I'm just gluing it down there, putting it on top as well as on the back, just to make sure it's good and glued down. Alright, now that's good. Now I felt like it needed something else. So you all know that I have my little cleanup cloth, and so I cut a little piece of that cleanup cloth there off camera, that little pink piece, and I'm going around this with a Stabilo awl just to make a nice shadowy effect around the feathers. And I believe that little piece of tablecloth or muslin cloth was actually wet, so I had to let it dry just a minute. And then I'm going to fray the edges and get out my stamps, the Donna Downey stamps. I love them. Art makes me happy, and I'm using my Archival Ink to be able to stamp that. And I'm just fraying the edges here and cutting it a little bit closer than where it was. And I'm going to get my tiny attacher and attach that baby down. And now I'm just going in with a piece of